Love English Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Love English Podcast. We are here to help you learn English for your real life in a simple and natural way. I'm your host, Leo.
And I'm Emma. It's so wonderful to be here with you all. This is a safe space for you to learn, so we will always speak slowly and explain everything. Leo, I have to tell you a funny story. Last weekend, I was trying to find a new cafe in a part of town I didn't know very well. I thought I could find it with my phone, but then my phone's battery died.
Oh no, so you were lost?
I was completely lost. I had to ask someone for directions. It was a little scary, but it made me realize how important this skill is. And that's why today we're going to talk about a very, very useful topic: how to ask for and give directions.
This is such an essential skill, especially if you live in a new city or if you love to travel. And it's a great way to practice your English with real people. So let's break it down into simple steps. Where do we begin if you are the lost person?
The first step is to choose the right person to ask. You should look for someone who doesn't look like they are in a big hurry. Maybe someone who is walking slowly or waiting for something.
That's a great tip. So you've chosen a friendly-looking person. Now you have to get their attention. You can't just walk up and say, "Where is the library?" It's too direct. You need to be polite.
Exactly. You should start with a polite phrase like, "Excuse me," or "Excuse me, sorry to bother you." To bother someone means to interrupt them, so you are apologizing for that.
Okay, so you've got their attention. Now you need to explain your situation. You can say, "I'm a little lost," or "I'm trying to find," and then you ask your question.
Let's talk about the questions themselves. There are a few simple ways to ask. The most common is probably, "How do I get to the post office?" Or, "Could you tell me how to get to the post office?"
Another great one is, "Where is the nearest post office?" Nearest means the one that is closest to you. This is very useful for things like a bathroom, a bank, or a subway station.
So let's put it together in a mini conversation. I am lost and I see you on the street. I'll start. "Excuse me, sorry to bother you.
It's no problem. How can I help?
I'm trying to find the city museum. Could you tell me where it is?"
And that's a perfect way to ask. Now, this brings us to the second part of our lesson, how to give directions. This can be scary too, because you want to give good, clear help.
The most important thing is to use simple, clear language. The basic building blocks of giving directions are simple verbs like go, turn, and cross.
Let's start with go. You'll often hear go straight. This means to continue walking in the same direction without turning. You might say, "Go straight on the street for 2 blocks." A block is a section of a street between 2 other streets.
And then we have turn. This is very important. Turn left and turn right. You might say turn left at the next corner. The corner is the place where 2 streets meet.
Then we have cross. Cross the street means to go from one side of the street to the other.
So go straight, turn left, turn right, cross the street. These are the key action words. But you also need to tell the person where to do these actions. This is where landmarks are very helpful. Leo, can you explain what a landmark is?
Of course. A landmark is an object or a place that is easy to see and recognize. It helps the lost person know where they are. Examples of landmarks could be a big red building, a post office, a bank, a subway station, or a park.
So instead of just saying turn left, it's much more helpful to say turn left at the big church. Now I know exactly where to turn.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about some very important little words called prepositions of place. These words tell you the location of something. For example, is the museum next to the park or across from the park?
This is so important. Let's go over a few of the most common ones. On the corner. For example, the coffee shop is on the corner of Main Street and Park Avenue.
Good one. Then there's next to. The library is next to the post office. This means they are side by side.
How about across from or opposite?
They mean the same thing. It means on the other side of the street. The restaurant is across from the train station. You will need to cross the street to get there.
And one more, between. The small bookstore is between the big bank and the supermarket. This means it is in the middle of those two things.
So let's practice giving directions using all of these things. Let's go back to our role play. I am looking for the City Museum. You are giving me directions.
Okay, I would say, oh, the City Museum. Yes, I know where it is. It's not too far from here. It's about a 10-minute walk. It's helpful to tell the person how long it will take.
Okay, a 10-minute walk. I can do that. Now, how do I get there?
First, go straight on this street for 3 blocks. You will see a big supermarket on your left. So I've given the action, the distance, and a landmark.
Okay, go straight for 3 blocks. I see the supermarket. Then what?
At the supermarket, turn right. Then walk for 1 more block. You will see a big park.
Okay, turn right at the supermarket. Walk 1 block to the park. I'm almost there.
The museum is across from the park. It's a big, old building with stone lions in front. You can't miss it. The phrase "you can't miss it" is a friendly way to say that it is very easy to see.
That was perfect. Those directions were so clear and easy to follow. Now, what if I don't understand something? What can I say?
It is perfectly okay to ask for clarification. You can say, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you please say that again?" Or, "Could you speak a little more slowly, please?"
A great way to check your understanding is to repeat the directions back to the person. This is a very smart thing to do. So after you give me the directions, I could say,
What would you say, Leo?
I'd say, okay, so let me see if I have this right. I go straight for 3 blocks, turn right at the supermarket, and the museum is across from the park?
And I would say, yes, that's exactly right. This way, we both know that you have the correct information.
And now for the final step for the person who asked for help. You must say thank you. A simple thank you is good. Thank you so much for your help is even better. I really appreciate it is also a wonderful, polite phrase.
Yes, always be grateful. Now let's think about another situation. What if someone asks you for directions, but you don't know the way? You want to be helpful, but you can't.
This happens all the time. It is perfectly fine to say you don't know. The most common and polite way to say this is, I'm sorry, I'm not from around here. This is a polite excuse. Even if you do live there, it just means you don't know the area well.
You could also say, I'm afraid I can't help you with that. Or simply, I'm sorry, I don't know. But it's always nice to add a friendly comment like, I hope you find it.
Okay, I think we've covered all the basic situations, the vocabulary, the grammar, the questions, and the answers. Let's put them all into one final big role play. This time, I'm a tourist, and I'm very, very lost. I see you, a friendly local, and I come to you for help.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry to bother you. My phone is dead, and I think I'm completely lost. I'm trying to get to the Grand Hotel.
Oh, don't worry. It's no problem at all. The Grand Hotel. Let me think for a moment. Okay, yes, I know where that is. You're actually walking in the wrong direction, but it's not too far.
Oh, really? I knew it. Thank you so much. How do I get there?
Okay, so first you need to turn around and go straight on this street. Go back about 2 blocks until you get to a traffic light.
Turn around, go straight for 2 blocks to the traffic light. Got it.
At the traffic light, you need to turn left. Go down that street for maybe 5 minutes. You will pass a library on your right.
Okay, turn left at the traffic light, walk for 5 minutes. The library will be on my right.
That's right. After you pass the library, take the next right turn. That's Elm Street. The Grand Hotel is on Elm Street. It's about halfway down the block. It's a very big, tall, white building right next to the City Theater. You can't miss it.
Wow. Okay, so let me repeat that back. I turn around, go straight for 2 blocks to the traffic light. I turn left at the light. I walk past the library, and then I turn right onto Elm Street. The hotel is on that street next to the theater.
You've got it. Perfect.
Thank you so, so much. You've been a great help. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Have a great day. And scene.
That was a perfect real-world interaction. It shows how a little bit of politeness and some simple, clear language can solve a big problem.
I agree. So let's do a quick recap. If you are asking, be polite. Start with, excuse me. Ask a clear question like, how do I get to? And repeat the directions back to check.
And if you are giving directions, use simple words like go straight, turn left, and turn right. Use landmarks to make it clear, and speak slowly. If you don't know, it's okay to say, I'm sorry, I don't know.
And that's really all there is to it. We hope this lesson makes you feel more confident about exploring new places.
Thank you all for joining us on the Love English podcast. Go out and explore. Thanks for listening to Love English Podcast. Remember, every minute you spend learning English is an investment in your future. Keep learning and see you in the next episode.